Hey, it's Kaero. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about one of the Brothers War spoilers that I am most excited about, and one that seems to be causing a difference in opinions among the community that I find really interesting. And you're going to figure out which side that I'm on here in a minute. But from what I've seen so far, and it's only been just a few days, people either really like this card or they really hate this card. So let's get into it. This is all this video is about, is just this card, Surge Engine. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing. So, if you pause the video and you've taken a chance to read the card, let me just read it for you. It's 2 generic mana for Surge Engine. It's an artifact creature. It is a construct. And you'll notice that it has Defender. So basically, it's just kind of a wall, but it has power and toughness 3-2, which is above rate for a 2 mana spell. Usually you see this in more aggressive decks. So we got 1 blue mana Surge Engine loses Defender and gains this creature can't be blocked, which is pretty powerful. 1 blue mana, 2 generic Surge Engine becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5-4. Activate only if Surge Engine doesn't have Defender. So you cannot activate this unless you activate the first step or somehow use another card to make Surge Engine not have Defender any longer. And then 2 blue, 4 generic to draw 3 cards. Activate only once and only if Surge Engine is blue. I think this card is fantastic. I'll tell you why. I'll line up a few points for you here. So whenever we're looking at this card, first of all, in a more controlling deck or a mid-range deck, you play this on turn 2, you have 3 power to block any aggressive creatures. That is actually pretty good by itself. A lot of 2-drops in with control of the creatures, they're just kind of 1/1 chump blockers. But this can actually block and kill and trade with one of the attackers if your opponent is in a hyper aggressive deck. Now, one of the things that comes to mind here when we compare this is Delver of Secrets. Delver of Secrets is a 1 mana blue creature that's a 1/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you reveal an instant or sorcery off the top, it becomes a 3/2 with flying, which in the early game is essentially unblockable. So Delver is really good to get down on turn 1. If you can flip it on turn 2, you're ready to go 3/2 flying, put the opponent on a clock. Just start smashing in the air. Well, Surge Engine is not as fast as that. It has to be played on turn 2, but on turn 3, you can automatically ensure that it flips. It doesn't really flip, but like Delver would. And it's unblockable, which is actually better than flying. And then if you simply leave it there, they have to deal with the card or they're taking 3 damage every turn, unless they're gaining a ton of life. The big upside here is that on turn 3 you can spend 1 blue mana and you can retain 2 mana for your counter spell or your interaction or your removal or whatever. These things can be activated at instant speed, not sorcery speed. So you don't have to commit the mana if you're in blue on your turn. You just wait until they're done, pump this thing up, and then go to town on your next turn. This also accrues Reckoner Bankbuster, which is in the format right now. If you have seen my spoiler video on Urza, Lord Protector, Urza makes artifacts, instants, and sorceries that you cast 1 mana less. Now, it's not going to work with these activated abilities, but since you can save your mana, make those spells cheaper, you can really start leveling this thing up and spending a lot of mana on your opponent's turn to get this going. There's also a Planeswalker from Kamigawa and the End Dynasty that does not see much play, but I think may see play in decks featuring 4 of these in Constructed. It's Tezzeret, and he has an ability to make all of your activated abilities cost 2. The first one you activate on an artifact costs 2 colorless less, meaning that you can make this a 5/4 unblockable for 1 blue mana and then another 1 blue mana. So a total of 2, meaning you take a total of 4 mana into this, and it's a 5/4 unblockable. Let's talk about the last ability on it, too. 2 blue, 4 generic to draw 3 cards. You can only activate it once and only if you've paid the other costs. But that's just upside. Honestly, like people might say, oh, people have said that's too expensive, right? 6 mana, then you have 8 mana into the creature. But you're splitting it up over turns, and there just aren't those abilities on creatures. Something that you played on turn 2, you can continually sink mana into, and then on turn 6, if you have the ability, you just draw 3 cards. That is absolutely massive upside to this thing. And really, some games, all you need to do is pump one blue mana into it and just smash. You know, that's the beauty of this thing. This is a very, very good card. And the fact that you can hold up interaction while you sit there and then do this on their turn is great. So, speaking of Delver, nothing says that you can't have Delver in your deck as well with this. So you're playing a blue deck, you have Delver turn 1. Turn 2, it's a 3/2. You play Surge Engine. Attack, you have a 3/2 Defender. Next turn, you swing in for 6. 3 in the air with Delver. 3 unblockable with Surge Engine. That game is going to be over very quickly unless they do something about it. And the upside is you're going to be holding open blue mana, slip out the back, make disappear, negate, spell pierce, things like that. So, very short video today. Let me know what you think about Surge Engine in the comments. Oh, also another quick thing. All these things are permanent. So the blue mana, all these things make it permanent. Somebody said in a comment section of a site I was reading that they didn't want to tap a blue mana to make it lose Defender every turn so they could attack with it. You only do it once and it stays. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this short video, please hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I'll talk to you next time.